on the Sunday morning. It was early, and Jesus' friends, the women, went to the tomb in order to care for Jesus' body, to prepare it for a proper burial. They were there to anoint him, to ensure he was cared for this was their friend. This was someone who they called Lord. This was someone they followed, someone they listened to, someone who showed them who God was. They believed in Jesus, and they believed that he was somebody special, somebody worth devoting their life to. So they got to the cemetery. They were still grieving, they were still upset, they were still bereaved. And they got there and they got to the tomb, and they remembered where it was, but suddenly they doubted, because there they saw an open tomb. That stone was rolled away, those guards were there, but they hadn't a clue what had happened. The stone had been rolled away, and they looked in and Jesus was gone. There was no body. Instead, we read that the grave clothes were neatly wrapped on the grave floor. The women were absolutely distraught. Here was their friend, the one they were going to care for, the one they'd believed in and given their life to. He'd been stolen, exactly what the authorities were worried about. They ran and turned and went to tell their friends, went to tell the disciples what had happened. And as they were leaving, a gardener approached them. "Why are you crying?" he said to them. "So we're crying because our friend's body has been stolen. The one we call Jesus has gone." The gardener said, "Look, it's me. I'm the one you're looking for." The women couldn't believe it. They knew it was him. By the sound of his voice, by the touch of his hand, by the very presence of their friend, they knew this was Jesus. No one was playing a trick on them. But what on earth had happened? They took a while to process it, I would imagine. They didn't immediately realise what had happened, or if they did, they didn't compute it all. Who would? But they ran and they went to tell the disciples. Did they believe her? No. Well, at least some of them didn't. It's a difficult day. It's a difficult concept. Jesus risen? Really? After everything that had happened? But that is what happened. Jesus rose from the dead for us, for me and for you. And on this Easter day, we remember it. And we celebrate just as the women in that cemetery celebrated the fact that their friend was with them. Today, we celebrate this resurrection. God bless you on this Easter day as we remember that Jesus is risen. And we say hallelujah and thanks to God. Have a very happy Easter.